Hello everyone, welcome to the course on Python programming for AI and big data. My name is Irfan and today we are going to start with an introduction to Google Colab. We will be using Google Colab throughout our course as our development environment for Python. Let's jump right in. Introduction to Google Colab. Here's what we'll be covering today. We'll start with a quick introduction to Google Colabs and its benefits. Then I'll guide you through getting started, followed by an overview of the interface. After that, we'll look at writing and running Python code, how to organize your work and manage files. I'll also share some best practices for coding in Colab. Finally, we'll wrap up with a summary and discuss the next steps. So let's get started. What is Google Colab? Google Colab is a cloud-based tool that lets you write and run Python code in your browser. It's free, requires no setup, and leverages Google's computing resources, so you don't need a powerful computer to run it. It's great for beginners and experts alike, and is especially useful for AI, machine learning, and data science work. How to access Google Colab? To access Google Colab, simply go to colab.research.google.com. If it's your first time, you'll see a welcome screen. So let's do it together. I just copy paste this. Oh, sorry. Go back. Hit escape. I will actually just copy paste this URL here and hit enter. Well, you see a welcome screen here because we don't really have to do anything with this right now. So I just hit cancel and there we are. This is the interface of Google Colab. First, we're going to try connecting. Once you're on the main page, you'll see a connect button at the top right. Okay, so for me, because I had connected before, it just automatically connected. Let me disconnect this. Okay, so imagine you're not connected, okay? So you have this connect button at the top right. And you can hit the connect button right in here. And what this will actually do is that it will spin up a virtual machine on Google servers, allowing you to run your code in the cloud. So basically, this is a web interface to a virtual machine as a backend in Google Cloud Computing resources. So I hit reconnect. For you, it must be connect. And it says connecting to Python 3 Google Compute Engine backend. Okay, it takes a while. It might be faster for you. There we are, connected to Python 3 Google Compute Engine backend. We're good to go. So right now, anything that we run, anything that we write, it can actually be executed. Let's talk about the Google Colab interface. At the top, you have the toolbar for options like saving and adding cells. I mean, here you can add a code cell, you can add a text cell, and also here you can save your file or whatever you have done. You can also do this with hitting Ctrl+S. Also in the middle, I mean anywhere like here, you can add code and text cell as well. So you don't have to go right in there. You can just do it right in here. And on the left, you'll find the file management panel that will actually help you manage your files, either if they are on the cloud or on your local machine. And at the top right, you can see the toolbar that lets you see your RAM and disk management. Let's start talking about writing code in Google Colab. Google Colab uses Jupyter Notebooks, where you can create code cells to write Python code. Google Colab uses Jupyter Notebooks, where you can create code cells to write Python code. So if any of you are familiar with a Jupyter Notebook, this is essentially the same thing, with the difference that it's running on the cloud and has a web interface. I guess Jupyter Notebook has also got a web interface, so in that manner, they're the same thing. Let's start by adding a code cell and writing our first line of Python code, which will be hello world. So I just skip all these parts. I mean, I don't really have to have this page open, what I can do is that I can come here and I can say load notebook, no, not this one, new notebook in Drive, because I don't really want to write it in that notebook. So this is my new notebook that is actually connected to my Google Drive, and I can write and run my Python code. Before doing so, let's hit connect again. Okay, let's start writing our first line of Python. I just write print hello world. So what this piece of code is actually going to do is that it will write this string hello world. Oops, sorry for this. And it will actually write it to the output stream of my program, which will be the cell below right in this environment. So if I hit Shift Enter, this will run my code and print hello world for me. Great, we just executed our first Python program. Let's talk about running Python code in Colab. Running code in Colab is simple. You can either click the run button, just like here, or you can hit Shift Enter. That will allow you to run your program. So let's write another line of Python. I will delete this. I will add a new code cell. Oh, not above, sorry. We'll come here and add a new code cell below. And I will write 2 plus 2. So what this basically does is that it outputs the result of my Python program. Because 2 plus 2 equals 4, this prints out 4. Okay, so we're done writing Python code. Let's talk about organizing our work in Colab. As your projects grow, it's important to keep your notebook organized. You can use text cells to create headers and subheaders to structure your code. Let's add a text cell with a header. So imagine I have this code cell and I want to structure my work adding documentation to it. So what I do is that I come here, I add this text cell, and here I can write anything that I want with markdown formatting. So what I do is that I write heading, and then I write 2 of these things. So as you can see, I'm having a live preview of whatever I write at the right side of the pane. So this is a subheader, and there we are. We actually just documented our, Google Colab Jupyter Notebook with text. Interesting, right? Managing files in Colab. That's our next topic. One of the features of Google Colab is that it integrates with your Google Drive. You can save your notebooks directly to Drive, just like what I did right now, and access them from anywhere. Let's mount our Google Drive right now. So I guess mine is already mounted. So, but if I come here and if I click on this, and for you, it shouldn't be refreshed. Okay, this one. Mount Drive. Mounting Google Drive. It takes a while. Connect to Google Drive. So it wasn't mounted. There we are. We just mounted the Google Drive. Now, anything that I write, when saving it, it will actually automatically save that file to my Google Drive because it's already mounted there. Great. Let's talk about some best practices when working with Google Colab. As you start coding, I recommend typing your code instead of copying it. This helps build muscle memory and improves your understanding. Also, don't shy away from debugging. Solving bugs is a great way to learn. So, right now, I must add something. Some of you are definitely all of you are familiar with ChatGPT. I strongly recommend that please don't use ChatGPT when doing your Python exercises, because that definitely reduces productivity, and well, you learn nothing when you actually let an AI bot do all the things for you. So all you have to do, definitely use online resources if you need it, and also don't be shy to come out and ask questions from us as your teacher assistants. But please never and ever get your exercises done by an AI chatbot like ChatGPT. And please, when you search for solutions online, at least do not copy paste. If you see a solution on a website like Stack Overflow or anywhere else, the least you can do is that you can read the code, understand it, and then try to write it yourself. This helps you build a strong muscle memory and eventually learn Python better. Okay, that's it. That was a real quick introduction to Google Colab. We've covered what Colab is, how to access it, and how to write and run Python code, organize your work, and manage files. In the next lesson, we'll dive deeper into Python programming. In the meantime, explore Colab on your own, and I'll see you in the next session.